Good morning, everyone. Mont Plessy here. So I had another journal entry for you guys, if you guys are interested, that you guys can write about. So in this journal entry, I wanted to talk about, right? So just in general, because just for your personal, we don't have to talk here, just for your personal discussion or just entry. But if we live in a holographic universe, right, and we understand that our personal power comes from within. So we're basically manifesting from our personal power, and it's really our consciousness, because we realize that the divine feminine, right, she was turned off. So with that understanding, and then when you look at like Christianity, and they always promote Jesus dying on the cross, just for discussion, and we understand that the consciousness was not really functioning correctly because the subconscious is wrong. So we always have pictures like, for example, pictures of Mary with Jesus dying on his arm. And in Christianity, we always, particularly Catholic, we're always like looking at Jesus dying on the cross, emphasizing that he died for our sins. Now, if we take that into consideration of the holographic universe, where we basically use imagery and we use subconscious to manifest, like this is something that we are learning, like subconscious. That's why we have stuff like sacred geometry. And in the Bible, particularly, they say that we shouldn't be worshiping or looking at idols, or we shouldn't be, and even Islam, we shouldn't be looking at like pictures. And then you can understand that, because if we're in a holographic universe, right? We're in a holographic universe, our subconscious really does play a part in our manifestation skills, because what we pay attention to in our subconscious, we can program our subconscious to program. So when you look at Christianity and then you see like the sacrifice, like, what do you think? What's the symbolism? Do you think the symbolism is more like, pay attention to the dead consciousness and you need to resurrect it with Mary Magdalene, which is probably great, right? Or do you think that they're trying to inflate fear into your consciousness and make you feel guilty for his death, therefore you become more obedient? So the question is like, what do you think the meaning of that is? And then the second part to that is, you understand Gnostic teaching, which is very interesting. It's more like esoteric teaching that has been abandoned or rejected from the bishops, right? The Council of Nicaea rejected it. And they talk about the Archons, right? Or the Demiurge and Archons, which basically control the holographic universe. And they control the holographic universe by not because they're an ignorant God. And if you understand Gnosticism, they're an ignorant God, because if we don't have our subconscious activated and we only have our conscious activated, then it would make sense that the holographic universe is ignorant, because it's not fully activated with its consciousness. So if we take the concept of the Archons, of the Demiurge, and the ignorant God who doesn't have his activated of his consciousness, what would that be as manifested in the holographic universe? Like, then you take that, like, so that means the Archons of the Demiurge would probably be connected to the holographic universe, right? Because they're ignorant, they don't really understand that they're in hologram. But then you have to pay attention to who are the keepers of knowledge in history in the holographic universe, because that would make sense, because that would probably be the concept of the Demiurge. Because if you pay attention to now, there's a lot of history, and even when you wake up to Gnosis, there's a lot of information that's not truly being exposed. And Gnosis is really interesting, because you start to see like, how come I wasn't taught about this? And you realize that it was like intentional. So those are just some things that you guys should write about in your journal. Peace.